Hello, my floss tube friends. It's Carolyn, your staff sister, coming to you with another episode of Floss Tube. And I am happy to be here. I'm really happy to be inside because today was our record-breaking hottest day of the year. 115 degrees outside. I have no words. I can't talk about it. It's just too darn hot. So the sun's gone down and it's 7:30, a little after 7:30. So I decided to check the temperature to see if it was getting any cooler. (7:30 p.m.) 110. Yeah. We just kind of hibernate. This is the time of year when you live in a cold climate. You hibernate when it's really cold. And this time of year we hibernate because it's just really hot. I was out in the middle of the day today running some errands. And it was just too hot. I came home. I got everything done that I needed to do. I came home. You shut all your blinds and you live in a cave and you turn the air conditioning down and you stitch. So hey, it's great stitching weather, that's good. Anyway, this has been a really fun time. We went up to the mountains this last few days ago to my sister-in-law has a beautiful cabin in Pinetop Lakeside. And it was a little warm during the day. Maybe it got up to 89 or 90. But there was always a thunderstorm in the afternoon, which was fabulous. So on Saturday afternoon, my husband, my mom, and I sat out on the front porch and listened to the thunderstorm and took naps. Napping on a porch in the middle of a thunderstorm. Everybody should do that. That was just really a lot of relaxing time. It was very wonderful to have the downtime to be in the cooler air. Even though it got warm during the day, it was beautiful and cool at night. And we really had a good time just getting away for a couple of days. Just a few days, and then we came home and here we are. So I'm so excited. Giveaway. I have a giveaway winner and of our bra light. I'm calling it a bra light. You can put it on your Q-snap, but it's a bra light, and it was graciously donated to the giveaway by Attic Needlework. So we'd like to thank Attic Needlework and Jean Lee for donating this fabulous new bra light. If you have a trip coming up planned, here's your light. And it's actually a really good light and it's really bright, works great. And they do have them at the shop. Our giveaway winner today is Miss Rosalie Colby. So Rosalie, reach out. I think we're Instagram following each other, so I will reach out to you in a private message, or you can reach out to me. I need your address. And I need to send you your bra light. So congratulations, Rosalie. Really, really excited. My first giveaway. That was really fun. And so what I did is I got to read all your comments about the things that you love and the things that you really use a lot in your favorite accessory. And there was a few things I didn't know what they were. And so, here, wait. Gotta get my glasses because I was writing them down. I thought, I've never used that before. So here's a few things that I've never used before, but they were favorites. A DoLolly. What is a DoLolly? And is a DoLolly the same thing as a snag nabbit? Do they do the same thing or do they do different things? Because they came up quite a few times. The DoLolly and the snag nabbit. I'm thinking it's something that helps you get like that last half inch of thread, because we know we never have enough thread, so you just are always stitching down to the very last half inch. Is that what that does? The DoLolly and the snag nabbit? So if you would like, comment under this video and fill me in on what it does, but I got the feeling that the DoLolly and the snag nabbit are the two things that help you use up the very last piece of thread. Another thing is a trolley needle. I don't know what a trolley needle is. Is that the same thing where it helps you to use up the last little bit of your thread? Because that was popular. One of the things I enjoyed reading was Brandy Stoker said that her favorite accessory was a project bag with a cross stitch from her mother that her mother stitched 30 years ago. She made it into a project bag, and that's sweet. That's what I love about our stitching, is it just fills a place in our heart, and we can carry it on through the generations. The other things that were really popular, the Bitsy Bob was very popular, and it's a way to keep your threads organized. And another thing is the Star Detailer, and I don't know what that is, the Star Detailer. So if you use these and you love them and you know what they are, please tell me some more about them. The Star Detailer, I understand the Bitsy Bob, and I think those are cute. Those are handmade. Is made by That's So Kelly. She has an Etsy shop, and it made it into the list of favorites. So that's awesome. Thread Heaven and Thread Heaven, which they don't make anymore, and now it's called Thread something else. I don't use anything on my thread, so I'm not familiar with that. So the somebody asked a question on, and they wanted to know, when is a good time to visit Arizona? After Halloween, before Memorial Day. Beautiful time. So it really doesn't cool down here till Halloween. And so Thanksgiving is a beautiful time, Christmas is a beautiful time, January, February, March, spring training is a beautiful time. Those are all wonderful months. After Memorial Day, it starts to get a little warm, and I wouldn't suggest coming in the summer. But speaking of summer, summer school is coming to the attic, and this is one of my favorite annual events that the attic puts on every year. And it's at the end of August, and it's there's 6 designers that live here in Mesa, Tempe, Chandler, Phoenix, Glendale. They live all within the valley, and so we get to go and have 3 days of classes with six really great designers. Tanya Brockmeyer from the Scarlet House will be teaching. Vicki Janet and Megan Janet from Needlework Press. Gloria Moore from Milady's Needle. Linda Danielson from Samplers Remembered. Linda Vinson from Needle Made Designs. I'm doing this off the top of my head, so whew. And to this year, brand new to the mix is Nancy with 5 Times Blessed, and she is the she uses multi-medium crafter needleworker. And so we get 6 projects from those 6 designers. It's at the end of August, it's in Mesa, and this year we have 49 women plus coming from all over the they're coming from all over the country, and a couple from farther away. I think there's a couple of ladies from Australia coming, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'm super excited about that. It's about a month away, so very excited. All right, somebody else asked, what color are my walls behind me? And I couldn't remember off the top of my head, and I thought I had a can in the garage. So I dug through, before we painted these walls, the color that they are, they were like a really tan shade of baby poop brown, which was fine when we moved in. In Arizona, they use a lot of beige. Beige carpet, we call it realtor beige. There's beige carpet, we have beige floors, we have beige countertop. I mean, everything's beige. And somebody got, years ago, because I think the paint was already up when my son and daughter-in-law bought the house initially, and after a while it just felt like baby poop brown all over the house, so I had to get rid of it. But I couldn't decide what color. So you know, when you go to Lowe's, they give you these little samples, and you come home and you put a little square on the wall. So this wall behind me had 9 squares of various shades of green, blue, and gray, because I couldn't decide what color to paint the house. So then when somebody asked me what color is on wall behind you, I couldn't find the paint can, so I had to go to my samples. So the first sample I pulled out, this was Brook Green. No, it wasn't that one. Guess how many samples I have? I have 2 brown ones. I have no idea why I have brown samples. I was getting away from brown. I bought them for a reason. Okay, so there's 3 samples. What's this one? Varnished Ivory. Oh, I think I was, so above there's the plant shelves, and I needed a color to put on the beadboard. So there's Varnished Ivory, that's 4 samples. Then there's Offshore Mist, 2 blue, 5 samples. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sample colors of paint that I would paint, and everybody who came to the house had to come to the wall and pick their favorite color because I couldn't decide. I couldn't find the color that I liked. And it stayed like that for like 3 months. People would say, are you painting your house? Eventually. I'll paint it when I can find a color that I'm happy with. So the color I finally decided on was Shy Green. This is Marquee Paint by Behr from Home Depot, because I bought it because it was 1 coat, 1 and done. Actually it really did cover, because I was covering brown and I wanted it to be a beautiful silky coat, and I didn't want to have stripes or have it look weird. So here you go. For anybody who wants to know, the Marquee Paint by Behr. I highly recommend it. It's expensive. It was, I think it was like $40 a gallon. I don't know, but I didn't care because I wanted it to be beautiful. And I used Shy Green. Right there. The 11th color. It really was the last color that I tried. 11 different colors. And I finally decided on the color. So that's what's behind me. Marquee Paint by Behr, Shy Green. And I keep them in the closet because you never know when you're gonna need 11 shades of green. That's cuckoo. I've never cared that much. Usually you just go to Home Depot. Whenever I've painted any other house, you go to Home Depot, you get the little swatch that's like an inch big, and you bring it home, you say, yep, that's it, you paint the house, and you're off and running. But for some reason, this time, it took me 11 different colors to finally find the color that I like the most. Go figure. Alrighty, projects. I have been working on just on one project. I haven't jumped around, and I don't think I've shown this before. But this coming Saturday on the 28th of July, we're having Christmas in July at the shop, and everybody, when this pattern came out in January, the ladies, the Thursday Night Stitcher ladies went cuckoo crazy for this adorable pattern. Everybody bought it. We bought the box, we bought the linen, we bought the thread, and this is the pattern. It's O Tannenbaum by With Thy Needle and Thread. It's a box, and every square of the box is done. Now, she charted it for 36 count linen, and I bought a piece of linen, and then I came home and decided, nah, I don't like that piece. So I bought another piece of linen. Okay, it's like painting my house all over again, right? I can't make up my mind. So I bought a second piece of linen. I brought it home. I kept looking at it, and I kept thinking, I don't really want to do that either. So what I had in my head, the idea I had in my head was, I want a red box. This is just a primitive painted box. I wanted a red box. So I needed a background fabric. I think she calls for Legacy by Picture This Plus. And I just couldn't see it. So finally, like 3 weeks ago, I met my friend Rhonda at the shop, and we were both just getting started. All the other girls, they've been stitching, they've got it finished, it looks adorable, it's the cutest thing you ever did see, and here I am picking out fabric 3 weeks before the class. So we're gonna have a class on Saturday. We're going to learn how to cover our pieces and assemble our boxes. And Sandy Cowcoat at the Attic is a fantastic teacher. She goes above and beyond to create the most beautiful classes. So I'm super excited to be able to take this class on Saturday. But here's my, okay, so I've got it on my magnet board because what you do is you buy a piece that's 29 inches long, and then you see what you're going to do. You're going to divide your linen into 5-inch strips. Okay, this is another decision over here. I am a very decisive person. I know what I want eventually. So the first, I thought, well, I only have 3 weeks like to get stuff done. So I picked squares that I thought, you know what, if I come to the class with 2 squares done, then I'll learn how to do what I need to do, and I can finish it someday. So I did the thing of, so what I did is with the threads, I put it on this dark fabric. This is Vintage Autumn Gold. It's a double dyed fabric from Lakeside. It's a 40 count, and I just figured, I did the math, and the it doesn't get a ton smaller. It's just small enough that it fits right in the box. So I thought it's not going to make that big a difference whether to do it on 36 or 40. So I changed it to 40. This is Vintage Autumn Gold, which I'm loving. So I took the colors, silk, converted it to silk. It's a little messy because I've been working with it, but my favorites that the favorite change that I made is the sled color, which is also going to be Santa's coat, and I switched that out to cranberry. I love that. I love the cranberry. I really love the cranberry. And then for my little sheep, I made him off-white, but I made his face brown. Maybe, was it that color? Oh no, I gave him a little brown face. So I thought that would be fun. And so this weekend when we were in the mountains, they had a rodeo, a big rodeo. And I'm not a cowgirl. I wasn't raised in the country. I was born in a suburb of Los Angeles. I was raised around, freeways and factories and not the country. Like, I was one of those little kids that was maybe 10 or 11 when they said milk comes from cows. We're like, how does milk come from a cow? Like, who knew? We just went to the grocery store and bought it. So I'm not a country girl. It's not my deal. So, but we love going up to the mountain. My husband is a country boy. He always has owned a pickup truck, and he grew up riding horses and working on his family farm. So I have had experience with country life after I grew up and got married, but not before. So this weekend there was a rodeo, and the Friday night rodeo was the family-friendly rodeo, and it was, I love a rodeo. I love a rodeo. I love the flags and the hand over your heart, and the opening ceremony was these beautiful horse women who rode in formation, and they all were toting an American flag with the one of them had an Arizona flag. If you look on my Instagram, I took a picture of the opening ceremony, and it just gets me right in my heart because I love that. And so they had some family-friendly events, and one of them was called Mutton Busters, and it was these little 4-year-olds, little kids, littles, and they had helmets on, and they would put them in the chute, where the Bunka Broncos and the bulls came out, and they would open the chute, and the little kids would be hanging onto the wool of the sheep, and the sheep would go running across the arena, and then the little kids would be hanging on, and then they would fall off, and it was so adorable. It was so cute. Loved it. And the sheep, the reason why I brought this up, there's a method to my crazy story. The sheep had wool. This was the color of their wool, and they all had little brown faces. It was adorable. All the sheep had little brown faces. And as soon as they would buck off those little kids, they'd all gather in a corner together like these crazy humans. Put these little kids. And the kids would hop up off the ground and they'd wave to the crowd, and super cute. But, so my sheep has, just like the little sheep in the rodeo, has a little beige body and a little brown face. So, it was cute. It was really cute. So I got this one mostly done. I have a few trees up here to do. Then, upside down. So then I got to the words, oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree. And I thought, what color should my words be? So at first I thought, I'll do my words like a darkish brownish color. This is Technigold from Gloriana. So I stitched that, and I think it just didn't rock my boat. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll do white. So rather than pick this out, I just stitched white, and I thought, all right, I'll stitch this in white. What if I do it all in white? And then I did that. I thought, not so much. And then I did one in red, and I love the red. So this is all gonna come out, and everything's gonna be this red letters. It's not the same red as this. I'll show you the difference. This is, the lettering is Nutmeg by Dinky Dyes, which is kind of a rusty red, but I love it. And then everything else is this dark cranberry. So they're just a little bit different. One's a little browner. I don't know if you can see the difference there. See? One's a little browner and one's this dark red. So I think I love the red. What do you think? Do you like the red? And then there's a little house down here, and I think there's a little vine up here. So I'm pretty sure I can get these two finished by the weekend, and maybe there's a center star. I'm gonna try and get those 3 done by the weekend. But my stitching time lately has been very not a whole lot of stitching time. So anyway, that's what I've been diligently working on. Now, just in case you're wondering, you're gonna cut these. I'm gonna cut these. I basted them for stitching purposes. I think it's easier to stitch with a large piece of linen. And then when you get all done, you're gonna cut along this line, and along this line, and on down the road. So you have 5 distinct pieces. And I decided on a color for my box. Oh, that's bright. It's not quite that bright in real life. I just have 1 coat on. But here's the box. See, isn't that cute? So there's gonna be each one of these little containers holds your piece. And I'm gonna paint my box red. So I think the red box is gonna be really pretty. Don't ask me what color it is, because it doesn't say on the bottle. There's just a little red dot at the top. I hope I can go find more. I don't even know where I bought it. It was in a drawer in my craft room. So hope I can find more, because I like it. It's dark. I think it'll be darker, and then we'll wax it, and that'll get it dark. And so hopefully I'll be able to show you a finished project. But that's what I've been working on, and I love it. It's darling. It's really, really cute, and it does stitch up pretty fast. So that's mainly what I've been working on. I do have a finished piece. I finished it last year in 2000. What year are we in? 17. I finished it in 2017. I just got it framed, and a few months ago, it is Eliza Poole by Stacy Nash. I put it on it's on Vintage Autumn Gold again by Lakeside Linen, and I did convert it to silk, and I love it. I love this water down here. It looks like it's moving. And I just kind of stitched swirly, and I didn't really follow. I didn't do stripes. I just stitched on the diagonal, and I stitched around. And I changed it up just a teeny bit, because you know this is my sampler. This was Eliza's sampler, and I put her name on it, but the little boy and the little girl. Underneath, I put the initials of my grandchildren. So this is my oldest grandson, Merrick, and my granddaughter, Kerrigan. And then I put a little white doggy on here, is our little doggy Lola, who passed away. And so I memorialized her. And that's our little doggy, our little sweepy doggy. And she also passed away. So I really do I loved stitching this. It's a beautiful chart. And it stitched up that border. I love the border. I love the house, the roof, the boat, the water, everything about this sampler I really, really love. So don't you ever just want to thank the designers? Like, thank you, Brenda Gervais, for the Eau Tannenbaum. Thank you, Stacey Nash, for this beautiful Eliza Poole sampler. And I just appreciate your hard work that gives us so many hours of stitching. So I love that. I need to find a place for it. And I think I'm in my front living room. I have like a front living room, and it's separate from the back of the house. And above the piano, I want to do a sampler wall. So I have samplers that are just collecting, and someday I'll get it put together and I'll share it with you after I put 11 colors of paint on the wall to decide what color I want it. Man, does anybody else but me have a hard time deciding how things are? Anyway, so I swore I wasn't going to buy any more kits. I wasn't going to kit any more stuff, because you've all seen every video I kit up new things, and I just put them in my stash, but I couldn't help myself. So this pattern came out last year. It's by Lila Studio. It's called Quaker Halloween. I loved it. I wasn't a big, huge fan of the murky. That calls for murky. Picture this plus. But a customer came into the shop, and she has stitched hers using the murky, and it's adorable. It's adorable. So the murky works great. She did it on 40 count murky, and she used the call for threads. So I bought the chart, and then I found some linen. It's not quite gray, and it's not quite beige, so it's kind of grayish. And it's a special, it's not a color that we can get a lot of, but there is some at the attic in this size, and it's the perfect size for stitching the Halloween Quaker on. But once it's gone, it's gone. We can't get any more. It's called Arizona Granite, and it's 46 count. So if you've been wanting to try 46 count, this is how it comes. This beautiful linen. And so I pulled the cottons, the called for cottons. Look how fun that is. So I'm excited. That's like going to be my fall Halloween. I did change out the orange. The orange that she calls for is super, super bright. And I changed it out for this one. Persimmon, I'm pretty sure. Persimmon by Weeks Dye Works. I changed out the orange for. But so if you're dying to try out smaller count linen, then call the shop and get a piece of this special dyed linen, 46 count Arizona Granite. But once it's gone, there's no more. We can't get it again. But I love it. It's beautiful. It's the perfect color of grayish for whatever you need, for any kind of stitching. All right, new stuff, new releases. Cal Scott Designs has released their new thread keeps, and they have a one needle minder. Needle minder. So when I show this is their new needle minder from their July 4th one, and also this one up in the corner. Do you remember a few videos ago I talked about my friend Amy who passed away? Well, Paula at Kelmscott Designs was also really close with Amy, and they were very good friends. In fact, Paula introduced Amy to the love of her life, Dwight. So there is a connection there, and they were good friends. So after Amy passed, Paula designed this beautiful needle minder. It's called Amy's Heart, and there's her heart, and the little birds signify Amy and Dwight. So, but it's a beautiful little needle minder. And we have those at the shop too. So there's Amy's Heart needle minder, and the July 4th needle minder. Because you know we always have something patriotic in our rotation. We always do. And then she has some great new thread keeps. She's doing a whole series on the wives of Henry VIII. No, yeah, right? Henry VIII, yeah, he had 6 wives. I got confused there for a minute. So this is wife number 1, Catherine of Aragon, who, by the way, was a fabulous needleworker and embroideress. She did beautiful things, and it talks about it in her history. So this is wife number 1, and she's going to release all 6 wives. So if you are a buff, a Tudor buff of the King Henry VIII and his 6 wives, this is a great collection to start. Then there is this beautiful vintage patriotic lady in her flag needle thread keep. So it goes really well with the needle minder. I love her. I love when Paula finds these vintagey prints. They're my favorite. So, and there was a schoolgirl. Oh, here she is. Here she is. This is another in her series of schoolgirls. Look how sweet. This sweet little face. And then she's also released her mermaid tail scissors in primitive. Can you see that? Here. She's released her mermaid tail scissors in primitive black. Cute stuff, really good stuff. And then I did add one more pattern to my stash. This is the newest release by Long Dog called The Pilgrim, which I didn't know at the time, but The Pilgrim is a book. It's a classic. And I love this pattern. I'm not sure what I'm going to do it out of. I think there's a couple of colors I'm thinking of. I'm not going to do it in black. There's 2 silk colors that I'm just leaning towards. I'll keep you posted. One is Aubergine, which is a dark, really, really dark purple. And it's dark purpley black almost. And I think that would be beautiful. And then another Gloriana color that I love is Forest. And it's a blue-green, green like the forest, but it's got blue undertones woven throughout it. And that's my favorite blue-green that they make. So either one, I'm not quite sure yet, but it's called The Pilgrim. And inside the chart, she explains the parts of the chart go along with the book entitled The Pilgrim. Hang on one moment, please. Here, there's progress, and then it's a place for you to mark off the different sections of the chart. The day you started, the day you end, and the lesson you learned. So it makes me want to pick up the book and read it. It sounds like a great thing. So that's The Pilgrim by Long Dog Samplers. Alrighty, friends. I think that's it for me this week. A few new charts, some new starts, my giveaway. Congratulations again, Rosalie. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for entering the giveaway. I loved reading your favorite thing that you love to stitch with. That was really fun, and I I marked, as I read, I marked each one with a heart so that you knew that I got your name, and that enabled me to make sure that I remembered to get everybody in the drawing. So thank you again. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Have fun stitching. Have a wonderful day. And happy stitches. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.